And let me go to the phone line and say good evening. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Is this Tracy?
Yes, it is.
Tracy Ann, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
I am doing well. It's a pleasure having you here, Tracy Ann. Welcome to my platform, Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my first interview for the evening here on Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. My first woman in the mirror this evening, Tracy Ann Brammer. Tracy Ann, you're somewhere in the world, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm in New York.
You're actually in New York. Alrighty,
Yes.
and is there anyone you'd like to say hello to?
Um, not right now.
Okay, no problem. Well, let's get the show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Woman in the Mirror. Tracy Ann Brammer is the CEO of iRock Global Solutions. She also serves as PMO for Albion Ventures. Tracy is an innovative thinker and result driven technology leader. Her career has spanned over 20 plus years in information technology. She's an ardent advocate for leveraging technology to accelerate business value. Tracy feels most fulfilled when helping people to grow both professionally and personally. She's passionate about the value of networking to build a community, creating spaces, and giving a voice to marginalized individuals. She stays closely connected to her Jamaican roots by spending as much time as possible in Jamaica. She has led and contributed to several fundraising and voluntary initiatives in Jamaica. Tracy holds a bachelor's degree in information technology from Hofstra University and an MBA degree from Regis University. Can I say this evening, I have a techie in the house? I have a techie in the house. The world of IT is about to get very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Tracy and Bramwell, would you believe I pulled out my Windex, cleaned my mirror, just for you this evening. So
Oh, wow. Thank
it's
you.
nice and crystal clear. Thank you for joining me. And for those of you who are tuning in, please share my YouTube channel's link inside the zone with Lady D and say, hey, subscribe. The conversation begins. Tracy, you are the woman in the mirror and a Jamaican. What were your early days like? Share that with us.
Oh, wow. My early days. Well, I was born in Georges Valley in Manchester, raised as an only child by my mom.
Oh.
But I had lots of cousins, so I didn't feel like an only child.
Mm-hmm.
um, my all my cousins my age group are mostly boys, so I was never really a girly girl.
Oh.
I was into making kites and gigs and box trucks and of course some bush cooking.
Mm-hmm.
um, I left Georges Valley in an early age, went to Kingston, went to St. Jude's Primary School, then I went to Arden.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm a proud Ardenite.
I hear you. Okay. Yes.
I loved living in Kingston, but I enjoyed going back. So we'll go back to country every weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm a country girl at heart.
Mm-hmm.
My fondest memories is when we used to go to the beach on Sundays with a family and explore Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I still sometimes think about the good old days.
Oh, nice. Yes.
After graduating high school, I came to New York for a summer vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Then went to Florida to spend some time with my dad, and then I came back to New York for college. That's when I went to Hofstra.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Well, we've gotten a little snippet of how it all began. And, I like when people hold on to their roots, hold on dearly. No matter what level we've attained in life, we can always go back to yard, right?
Most definitely, we have to.
Of
It's
course,
home.
it's home. Now, a
Yeah.
degree, a degree in information technology. What is your IT world like? What does that involve?
Sure. Well, currently I do a lot of consultant work with my business, but so that means meeting with different clients, analyzing their systems, their processes, and making recommendations
Mm-hmm.
and managing different projects. So most of my career in IT spans in different areas from networking, desktop support, and primarily I did development. So most of my stuff was in application development, software development for businesses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That's how it all started. Now, there must have been someone who had, you know, a strong influence in your professional career.
There are a few people. Growing up, I wanted to be an accountant,
Oh,
right? I was good
okay.
at math, so
Mm-hmm.
that was sort of back then. That was a natural progression into accounting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I started college, I became interested in computer science. Um, I went to a trade show at the Nassau Coliseum,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought the parts to build my own computer. And that's when I started, pretty much fell in love with computers
Oh,
at that time. Yeah.
is what you're saying to me.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
So
Quite a few people are afraid of math. They dread math. What was it about math for you?
it was natural to me. It was one of those things that were just natural.
Mm.
Yeah, I was since from as long as I can remember, from preschool, basic school. Yeah, I was
Mm-hmm.
always good at that. I did my 60 early, my A levels early, so
Mm-hmm.
back then,
Back then.
I would say
Well, you make it sound like way back then, Tracy.
way back then.
No problem. Well, looking at your photograph, I don't feel that it's way back then, but
Oh,
what do
yeah,
I know?
pictures do lie,
What do I know? 6 minutes after 7 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my first interview for the evening in my segment, The Woman in the Mirror. My guest, Tracy Ann Bramwell, she holds a bachelor's degree in information technology from Hofstra University and an MBA degree from Regis University. So she just told us that she had a love for math and she would have wanted to be an accountant. But somehow the IT bug caught her. And here we are this evening. Now, International Women's Month. So, my question that I've coined for you here: how do you see your role as a black woman in the United States of America?
um, as a black woman, right? I feel
Mm-hmm.
it's my role to uplift and empower other black women. It's important that we share our experiences
Mm-hmm.
and that or we learn from each other as a sisterhood that we can get through any obstacle that life has to throw at us.
And does that
But
happen?
additionally, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Does that happen really?
And I think we're getting there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's we have to make strides.
Fair enough.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and as a black woman in tech as well, I want to inspire my young sisters to get involved in technology and think outside of the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think of traditional roles that people look at as success or the new roles. You don't have to be a lawyer or a doctor. And our new thing is social media influencer, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's so many opportunities out there for young girls. And I'm so happy that, most countries are looking at pushing STEM, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for, our young girls. I think that's very important to look at, STEM as an opportunity. And there's so many successful things that we can, do in that.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's a spontaneous question. Have you
Hmm.
ever had a young woman who saw you at work and was just so in awe of what you do and came up and say, Miss Bramwell, I'd like to do what you do?
Yes, and it's always, it warms my heart when
Right.
that happens because I didn't have anybody that looks like me, right? That
Mm-hmm.
growing up, especially in IT, and even still today, it's a male-dominated field.
Yes.
So, and not to get in even further into a minority,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always good when you feel that have inspired somebody, and right, I'm starting this initiative, back home where for our young girls to
Yes.
get involved in technology.
Mm.
COVID kind of pushed that back, but hopefully by next year I could get that off the ground there.
Okay, but so far, the groundwork, how has that been going when you started?
Well, what I had, I teamed up with another company last year, and when I did a pitch competition in Jamaica at UWI, right?
Mm, mm-hmm,
Just I wanted to see what the talent was like there, and our people are so talented,
mm-hmm,
and we just need to get that opportunity. So I had planned to go back last year
mm-hmm.
and kind of formalize everything and get other companies to sponsor us and do different things, but that's getting pushed back until sometime next year.
Okay. Now I know you do a lot of networking. How has that been going?
Well, being in IT, I've always gone to different conferences and functions, to stay on top of the trends in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say being an introvert,
Oh, you are. Okay.
back then I would just, go take the information and I'll leave. But so it took me some time to figure out that I need to stay around and form relationships.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you open yourself to meet clients, mentors, partners, and gain access to, resources that will foster your career. So now I live by this, I know a guy mentality. My friends will call me and say, Tracy, do you know so and so? And I'm like, yeah, I know a guy. So I'm always, whenever I meet someone, share your experiences with them, and then, that's how you build relationships.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And of course, more so now because everything is being done online. We're out in that virtual space. So the more connectivity you can make, that's the better for you. So
Yeah.
congratulations, because when we hear of women in IT, you all seem like you're in a little bubble, a special bubble over that corner there. But you're making your voices heard, your skills more prominent, and that anybody can do this. And you're from Yard, so that's also
Yes.
a plus, you're from Yard. That's a plus for you. Now, let me ask you your greatest achievement to date.
Greatest achievement. I consider myself to be very blessed, right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as achievements, I see this little girl from the country,
Mm-hmm.
went through all the struggles of life. I've got my degrees, I've contributed in major ways to Fortune 500 companies, traveled the world, and pretty much be in a position, where I could financially do whatever I want to do. But from all of this, I'm able to be a woman that is standing tall, who my nieces can look at to as a mentor and as a role model.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's my greatest achievement.
Okay, well, congratulations. And if you don't mind, one of my viewers on the YouTube channel just asked, is she married?
No, I'm not.
So the answer is no, and we'll leave it right there.
Right?
Okay. Now, International Women's Month. Annually, there are different themes and there's a hype during the month, and it is important for us to acknowledge women, laud them for their efforts, their contributions, everything that they're doing. But from your perspective, how do you see the month itself? Is there something else you would like to see them do? Add something to the calendar that really stands out and impacts the lives of women?
I mean, other than expanding it for the entire year.
Yes. I like that. That's like us saying Black History Month, but then we black all year round.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can do so much more. I think what I would like to see, and I'm just going to speak specifically for my community as the Jamaican Canadian
Yes.
diaspora, is to highlight. So this program that you have, I'm really impressed with it, right? To
Thank you.
highlight our people, to see what we're doing outside of, doctor and lawyer. There's other things that we're doing in different industries. So highlight those people. And
Yes.
I think, it's a step forward. It's not everything, but, that's one thing I would like to see.
And then I guess that has to do with people like myself who have access to our platforms and, writers and all those people to seek you all out and to
Yeah.
bring you because you're functioning in your own spaces, but we don't know you.
Right.
Right. So this evening, here I have introduced Tracy Ann Bramwell to the audience of Linkage Radio, Touch FM Radio 90.1, and to CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. So there are people who are hearing of you for the very first time. Now, your view of women in the workforce.
Undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
We are making some strides, yeah, but we still have a long way to go. As women, we, have to get to a point where we know our value and start demanding what we want.
Mm-hmm.
A few days ago, I watched Morning Joe in the morning, right? They had Sophia Nelson on,
Mm-hmm.
and she wrote a book about the woman code. And she was talking
Good evening.
about, creating a sisterhood. And I totally agree with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just actually bought the book, and I can't wait to read it because I think the time is now
Yes.
to uplift each other.
And that is so important because we, while we are, moving ahead in life and we're progressing, we do need somebody to help push us up the ladder. And if we don't have someone to push us up the ladder, then we might just get stuck, especially if there are people who have already gone through our phase of the initiating process and so on. There's somebody who is out there swimming on their own, Tracy Ann,
Yeah.
and they might not know who to tap into. So I really commend you for one being an IT specialist in a male-dominated field, and you are owning your space and making people see that, listen, this is not just for men, and it's nothing to do with rivaling, right? We're not competing with them, but we're saying we're able to do this as well. Now, I do have a fun segment for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Okay.
17 minutes after 7 o'clock. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. You're tuned into Inside of the Zone with Lady D. It is Center Stage. And my feature for the month, International Women's Month, The Woman in the Mirror. And the woman in the mirror this evening is Tracy Ann Bramwell. We've been having a very delightful conversation. Now, let's get into our fun segment. Tracy Ann, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Absolutely. No, I want you to give me some one-word answers to a few things here.
Okay.
Okay? Let's start off with education.
Important.
Condoleezza Rice.
Strong.
Jamaican diaspora.
Community.
Okay. In a Jamaica, we...
Extra.
I like that. Tracy and I was not expecting that one. Oh, we're extra.
We
for
are.
We're not lying. We're extra.
We extra.
Jamaicans come a foreign fee.
Opportunity.
Okay. Women are
Resilient.
Strong.
Tracy Ann Bramwell.
Grammar.
I didn't hear that.
Loyal.
Tracy Ann Bramwell is loyal. Well, congratulations. You've done so well here.
Thank you.
Yes, in
I
my
just have to make one correction. I didn't realize you had my name as Bramwell. It's Brammer.
Oh, it's Brammer. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Brammer. Thank you so
Sorry.
much. Yes. So, You did exceptionally well. And it was a pleasure speaking with you this evening, Miss IT. Do I have any nickname for you? Since all of us have a nickname from Yard.
Oh Lord, not from yard. You don't want to hear the one from yard. Those are not good.
Oh,
It's something with red and something you know.
oh Lord,
I
no
can't
problem.
say that.
No, no problem.
But thank you so much for having me. This is an excellent program, and I can't wait to share it. So to have everyone subscribe. So for your listening audience, thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to having many more conversations with you, Lady D.
Yes, same here. Thank you, Tracy. Walk good, as we say.
Yeah, man, what good.
All right, take it easy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was